Welcome to Let's Get Sensual, the podcast, where the soulful meets the sensual and the primal meets your softness. I'm your host, Hanna Dylan, intimacy and embodiment coach. In this podcast, you are going to learn how to untame, unleash, and fully celebrate your unapologetic expression so you can live a life connected to your pleasure, your body, and your heart. If you are ready to free yourself from shame, guilt, and judgment around your desires in relationships, dating, sexuality, and even spirituality, you've come to the right place. It is time to sit back and let yourself receive.
Today, we are doing a live show on Let's Get Sensual, the podcast. My name is Hanna Dylan, and I am an intimacy and embodiment expert. And I'm really excited to be here with you today to support you on your path of self-expression, of liberation, and really coming into freedom and getting in touch with what freedom actually means. So I'm here right now at AMP Media Productions in Boca Raton, Florida. And this happened by me saying yes to life and a touch of just such synchronistic events that continue to show up in my life where I started to lean in and trust. And so today is really an open book of possibilities. And this show is all about helping you trust yourself in every facet of your life, to trust where your heart is leading you, to trust where your intuition is leading you, and how that can support you in creating a life of aliveness, creating a life of ease and pleasure and joy, and also not denying the parts of life that sometimes feel challenging. So I've been on a journey of spiritual evolution for probably 13 years now. My journey started back in, I would say when I was like 16, 17 years old, and I found yoga. And yoga supported me with settling my mind, to coming back into my body. I'm a Virgo, so I can be really in my head. And over the last, let's say 13 years, I've been on this continuous path of discovering myself, learning about myself, healing myself from the programs, the limiting beliefs, the parts of myself that I didn't love. And I'm a very spiritually connected woman, and so I feel that I was put on this path to then serve and support people just like yourself, to also discover these parts of you that are truly you. So today, again, is an open book of possibilities, and I want to invite you to have an open mind, to listen maybe with an open ear of a possibility that could really shift just a little thing in your life, that could shift how you're being, how you're showing up in life, so that you can live authentically connected to you. Because I know what it's like to live out of alignment with your truth. I've been in relationships where I didn't feel connected to my heart. I didn't feel alive, and I was going against my true nature. And so I want to open up the line today for anyone who is going through something, whether it's you're navigating something in your relationship, you're having a conflict with your partner, you're feeling kind of lost, you're not feeling connected to your eros. And eros is your sensual life force energy that moves through your body, that moves through everyone's body. And the reason why this podcast is called Let's Get Sensual is because I believe that when you are connected to your sensuality, your aliveness, creativity moves through you, right? Your connection to a higher power starts to move through you. And so today, if you're navigating something and you're just like, oh, I could really use support with this, whether it's the relationship, you're feeling lost, disconnected from your body, I would be honored to serve you today. So there is a number that you can call in with, and the number is 888-994-4995 at AMP Media Productions. And this is an invitation for you to call in where you can ask me literally any question that you want. And I'm here to serve you. I'm here to support you. Maybe just ask you that one question or that little nugget that could revolutionize and transform your life. So again, that number is 888-994-4995, AMP Media Productions. So if you are feeling something right now and you're like, oh my gosh, I could really use support with X, I am here for you. And, you know, part of what I feel is happening in the collective right now is I'm really in tune sometimes with astrology. So today is actually a lunar eclipse that's happening. And I was just reading up on it this morning. And what I read was there are really huge energetic shifts that are happening on our planet. People are going through what I call like death and rebirth processes in their life. And a death and rebirth process can feel really, let's say, intimidating at times. It can feel like, holy shit, what's happening? I don't know who I am anymore. I don't feel connected to my purpose, or, I don't know if I'm in the right relationship. So if you're going through a transition, I just want you to know, like, you get to let that happen. The biggest thing that I see with my clients that I work with is this resistance piece, right? When you're resisting life and resisting how it works for you, it's like what you resist. So I support people with letting go of the parts of themselves that are no longer congruent to who you're becoming, to the parts of you that you're actually meant to step into. And maybe there's a part of you that's hiding in your life right now, hiding your truth, hiding maybe your sexual essence, your self-expression. I certainly know what that's like to know that there's so much more to who you are, more to your being, more to your essence, but maybe you're afraid. Maybe you're afraid of, well, what are people going to think about me, right? What are they going to say about me? How are people going to perceive me? But what I can tell you is along this journey of my spiritual growth, my spiritual evolution, the more that I've tried to contort myself, the more that I've tried to just do what I was told, the more angry my soul got at me, the more that I felt just disconnected from my truth. And it's a really shitty place to be, right? To be in that relationship where you're not really being yourself, or maybe your needs aren't getting met. That's a other huge thing that I'm such a stand for in people's lives is staying true to your needs and your desires and your wants and not settling in the relationship, in the career, in the living situation, because there's a part of you that knows there's something more for me. There's something more for me in my life. And I just want you to know that you deserve that. You get to have that. But it starts with you. It starts with belief, actually. It starts with you like really believing in yourself. I am worthy to have the juicy, vivacious, passionate, loving relationship that you want. You're worthy to live a life of purpose. You're worthy to live a life of aliveness versus, again, staying stuck and contracted and in fear and hiding the parts of yourself that are wanting to come online. So if I'm speaking to you today, if this is resonating in your heart, in your soul, in any way, it would be my honor to support you. So maybe you're like, oh my God, should I call in? Should I do it? You should. You get to be supported right now. So again, the number that you can call in with today is 888-994-4995, AMP Media Productions. And let yourself be supported. Let yourself be reminded that life is meant to be lived. it's not meant to be so challenging, you know? And what I can share is I've experienced a hardship in my life. I've experienced life when it felt really, really heavy. And I have asked, the Holy Spirit, the universe, God, whatever it is that you connect with, a higher power that you connect with, I've asked, like, why does it feel so hard right now? And on some level, I was choosing it, right? And not consciously, but on an unconscious level, I was choosing, chaos. I was choosing to stay stuck in my self-loathing and my self-despair. And I was like, I get to choose differently. I get to choose differently, and I get to choose life. And when you choose life, magic, miracles, opportunities will start to open up for you. And that's what I stand for. I stand for people like yourself to remember that we actually don't have to take it so damn seriously all the time. Something that my clients love, what I bring into sessions and when I'm working with somebody, is that I bring in humor too. And I believe that the most enlightened beings can actually laugh at themselves and, bring in play, bring in joy, bring in childlike innocence into your life, because we're not meant to suffer. At this studio right now, there's a little beautiful saying in the bathroom, and it says, I'm not here to just survive, I'm here to thrive. And I'm like sitting on the toilet looking at this little, quote. I'm like, yes, that's so freaking true. I'm here to thrive and not just survive. And maybe you get to be reminded of that right now, is that you didn't choose to be here on this planet in this time to just survive, that you get to thrive and you get to laugh and you get to play and you get to experience pleasure in your life. So whatever it is that you are experiencing in your life right now, again, maybe it's the relationship, maybe you're longing for love, maybe you're questioning, am I in the right relationship? You get to pause, take a second, go inside, connect to your heart, connect to your needs and your wants, and trust yourself. And that's something that I've had to learn so much on my journey is, what does it mean to trust myself? What does my intuition feel like? And for me, I'm very connected to my body. And so my body has communicated to me throughout my whole life when something is off. And for me, it's always been my gut. It's also been my skin. I was dealing with pretty intense acne for, like 18 years on and off. If you go to my Instagram after this and look through, you will see, like, I was at a stage of my journey where I wasn't loving myself. I wasn't trusting myself. I was in denial, in toxic relationships, and my skin was haywire. And I believe the root, and this is just a little side note, the root of acne is actually self-hatred and self-rejection. And so it was showing up in my body that something's out of alignment, something's off, and I had to take a stand for myself in my life. And I had to claim my power back from all the places that I gave it away. And from that place of true reclamation, boom, life is now opening doors for me. Life is now reminding me that there are miracles always around you, but you get to be open to receive them in your life, right? And so, again, just going back, whether it's the relationship, the needs, not trusting yourself. I always say, when you're learning how to harness your intuition, you get to pause. Place your hand on your heart, connect to yourself, connect to your body, connect to the wisdom that lives inside of your body. The reason why I'm so passionate about embodiment and sensuality is because I believe the body is the most wise part of ourselves. Your body communicates to you. For me, again, it's my gut, my skin. And once I started to make these changes in my life and trust myself deeper, so much beauty has opened up. So much magic, so much love, connection, community. And that's what I want for people. I want people like yourself to know that you're worthy of it. You're worthy to experience that life of richness and passion. So again, if you feel called to call in today, the number is 888-994-4995. It would be a gift to serve you and to chat with you. Seeing what else wants to come through today. You know, I actually didn't plan anything. I thought I was going to be asked questions. I'm like, okay, let's let the channel open. And, you know, I think it's so beautiful to just, again, this is the whole theme of trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting what wants to come through. I didn't have any topic, any theme planned at all for today. And I'm like, okay, great. Let's just open. Let's just see what wants to come through. Knowing that I'm here to serve. And, you know, I've been through a lot in my life. And what I've seen happen with my clients when I work with them is so profound. And I get it because I've been there, right? I've been there where I was so stuck in the darkness. I was so trapped in my own mind and questioning a lot in life, questioning my existence. And I was like, well, I chose to be here, right? I chose to be here in this time. You chose to be here in this time. And so why not discover how to live a life of happiness and joy and vitality? It's like you always are at choice. But what I see happen with a lot of people is like the victim mindset, right? The victim consciousness of like, why does this keep happening to me? You know, why does this keep showing up in my life? And sometimes a situation is there to initiate you. And an initiation is kind of like this threshold that I believe God, spirit, universe, whatever you connect with, brings into your life for you to grow and for you to learn resilience, for you to learn from whatever initiation is happening so that maybe you're here to teach it, right? Maybe you're just here to integrate a new lesson in your life. And so, you know, a lot of my story is like, I've been through a lot of initiations in love, relationship, money, my body, my health, right? And so each initiation that has shown up in my life, while at sometimes I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this, but time and time again, I do. And I always say, like, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And I understand if there are times where you don't think there is, but I'm here to remind you today that there is. There absolutely is that light at the end of the tunnel for yourself, but it's dependent on what you are choosing. And for me, I want to choose life. I want to choose the goodness, the beauty, the passion, the love, the juiciness, the sexiness that life has to offer. Because we're not here to suffer, right? You're not here to just survive. You're here to thrive in your life. So take that in for a moment today. Take it in that you get to have it, whatever that thing is that you're striving for, right? And it starts here. It starts in your heart. I always like to say your heart creates art. And something that I love teaching people is emotional alchemy. And what that is letting yourself feel the emotions that you need to, right? The energies that are coming up right now is like despair, defeat, and depletion. Those three things are really heavy. Three aspects that I've had to also work through in my life that I've helped a lot of people work through. And when you can give yourself the permission to feel, right? Give yourself the permission to go into maybe these deeper, dark layers, whether it's shame, for feeling, for wanting to feel more pleasure, whether it's guilt about your desires. Once you actually let yourself feel it without making yourself wrong, without the self-judgment, that's where your liberation will come alive, right? So it's emotional alchemy is learning how to move your emotions, the heavier emotions that we all feel, through your body, through your breath, through your sounds. That's part of the somatic work that I do, is helping people, move the emotions through so that you can feel more joy, so you can welcome in more pleasure, more aliveness into your body. And if you don't know how to do that, that's okay. Maybe that's something I could support you with, right? I'm never about, I kind of call this sometimes like toxic positivity, where it's like everything's always so bright and shiny and unicorns and rainbows. No, I'm about the full spectrum living, right? And full spectrum living is honoring that you're a human being and you're gonna feel these heavier emotions, right? It's like if I meet anyone and they're like always up here, always smiling, always happy, I'm like, okay, there's something going on. Like they haven't felt their rage yet, right? And I believe that when you start to tap into these maybe heavier energies, heavier emotions, and let them go and clear them out of your body, that's where you can start to experience more joy. But it's not about being in denial about what's there, right? And so it's giving yourself the permission. It's cultivating safety in your body. And what I mean by that is, when I work with a client who is maybe getting in touch with the places they've been in denial in their life. They're like, holy shit, Hannah, I have been completely suppressing my needs. I'm not trusting myself. I feel like I'm just kind of going through the motions in life right now. And I think I need to like step out of this relationship. What the fuck do I do? I'm like, okay, let's pause, let's get really clear here. And then they start to get in touch with their anger. They start to get in touch with their rage because they've been self-abandoning. They've been betraying themselves. And a lot of people are like, I feel afraid of my anger. I feel afraid of my rage, which again is so normal. Like I know for me, when I was growing up, I would witness anger sometimes in people who were close to me, and they didn't know how to channel it and move it through their body in a healthy way. I actually believe that your anger is so healthy and that you're meant to feel it, but it's learning how to alchemize it, transmute it through you in a healthier way where you're not projecting or blaming or putting it on somebody else, right? Because the reasons why that maybe you get angry are you're not honoring your boundaries, you're betraying yourself, right? Or you feel like something was violated, perhaps. And so something else I'm gonna stand for is like, let's say going back to this client, I asked her, well, what do you get to take ownership of in your life, right? What do you get to be responsible for in your life that can help you clear this anger out? And so we get clear on that. We get clear on, well, I get to take ownership of, suppressing my needs for so many freaking years. I get to take ownership of not speaking my truth in the ways that I really want to in my relationships. And then again, we peel the layers. We peel the layers of the onion. And once you start to get clear, boom, maybe you're going to touch some freaking rage, right? And I just want you to know that that's okay. And when you get in touch with that like guttural, fierce, primal part of you, you get to let it out. You get to let her out. You get to let him out, because that's what's going to bring you closer to your liberation. And that's what I know for me has just completely transformed my whole existence of life, is when I've given myself permission to touch those darker places that a lot of people are afraid to go to. And that's what's going to bring you to the other side of, okay, well, now that I've gotten clear on the ways that I've not trusted myself, abandoned myself, not listened to my truth, well, what do I want now? Right? Freddie here at the studio has been asking me, what do you want? Get super clear on what you want and then watch the magic unfold. And I'm not kidding you. The last couple of weeks, I have been feeling this, this calling. I'm like, I need to get like in a studio and speak to people. I need to get in a studio with, cameras and interview people. And I'm sitting here, there are so many lights around me. There's screens of me all over, and I'm just sitting here right before we press live. I'm like, holy shit, it's happening. Right? I just had to like meditate and pray and take it in for a moment, because I chose life. I chose, yes, today I was actually supposed to go back to Austin, Texas. Probably would be honestly boarding very soon in this moment to go back to Austin, where I've been living for just the last 2.5 months. And one of the studio producers here saw something in me yesterday. I came here to do a podcast with my mom for our jewelry line, J. Ortman, which is a wholesale jewelry company. I'm actually the 5th generation of the company. And we had a beautiful conversation and podcast. And one of the producers saw something in me. And he was like, I want you here tomorrow. And I want you to do your show. I'm like, shit, okay. Well, I'm supposed to be leaving tomorrow for Austin. And I tuned in and I actually asked this new person in my life. And he was like, I'm getting that you have to be there. Like, you get to do this. And so I chose yes. And I actually do something called muscle testing. And so anyway, I'm sharing this with you because sometimes life is going to throw you, different curveballs, different directions. And it may be unexpected. It may be not what you thought or what you had planned, right? Sometimes I see people in life and they like plan so much. And I think planning can be good to a certain extent, but there also gets to be room for surrender. There also gets to be room for trusting, following the rhythm of life, letting go. And I believe that has what has brought me here in this moment to be speaking to you, to be sharing with you, just about my journey and my story and what I've navigated, what I've traversed in life. Because again, I know it can be challenging sometimes. I know life can be hard and overwhelming and heavy. And I'm not saying that's not going to ever happen to you. And what are you choosing, right? Where are your thoughts? Where is your mindset about what's possible for you in life? So today, if this is resonating with you, if this message is reaching your heart, it would be my honor to serve you. So I'm going to read the number again for you to call in. The number to call in is 888-994-4995. AMP Media Productions. Take a chance, follow your call, follow that little nudge. If there's that little voice in your head, it's like, maybe I'll just give it a shot. I want to invite you to call in and let me support you today. Let me serve you today. What else do we want to dive into? So I know we've talked about a lot of different topics today, right? I've brought in not just surviving, but thriving. I've brought in this piece around emotional alchemy and being okay with your rage, being okay with your anger, and letting yourself get to those deep guttural places that are inside of you to come back to your truth, right? Come back to your essence and your vitality. We've talked about just maybe being a little shut down or hiding in your life or feeling suppressed, not trusting yourself and listening to the wisdom of your body, listening to your heart and where it wants to guide you in life. We've talked a little bit about relationships and, asking yourself what you want, what your needs are, what your desires are, what your wants are when it comes to a partnership. So much of my life has been spent in partnership. I'm 31. I just turned 31 2 weeks ago. And the last, since I was 17, since my first high school love, I've been in a lot of relationships. It's just what my path has opened up. I'm someone who loves to love so much. And I don't want to say I haven't always chosen the right men. That's what my father would say. He said to me once, he's like, your taste in men hasn't been the best, Hannah. And we've had some healing there happen. Maybe that's for another time, healing the father stuff. But I wanted to share is like, through the relationships that I've been in, what I've always come back to, right, is this part around reclaiming my power, right? Reclaiming your power and your wholeness. And what I've seen across the board with myself and so many men and women that I've worked with over the last, let's say, 5-6 years, is this piece around wholeness and worthiness. And when that is, let's say, out in your own life, when you don't feel worthy and when you don't feel whole, what I see happen is this grasping, this constant need of validation outside of yourself. Like, oh, will someone just love me, please? And then you may lose yourself in relationships. Hey, that's been me right here. Because I didn't see myself first, right? I didn't see who I truly was. And so I was trying to grasp outside myself for love. And I've had some beautiful partnerships and some not so beautiful partnerships. And what I've learned in the, the journeys that I've been in is it really does start with self-love, because when you feel whole and worthy within yourself and you come into a relationship from wholeness, it's a whole other ballgame, right? Because yes, you still get to honor your needs. You get to honor your truth, honor your boundaries, but it's going to be from a different place. You're not going to fall into maybe patterns of codependency, right? Which is like really big, which I've definitely done. And so it's about asking yourself, again, what do you want? What are your needs? And maybe taking a look in the mirror. That's something that I really love doing myself. It's one of the first places that I guide a lot of my clients is mirror work. And it can be very confronting for people, right? To literally look at yourself in the mirror. Sometimes I say, get fully naked and stand with yourself in front of the mirror. And I want you to look into your soul, right? And when you look at yourself, I want you to see past the physical, but really see yourself. And I will tell you, I can't tell you how many times I've done this and just tears pouring out of my eyes because I was looking in the mirror and I was like, I don't even recognize you right now. I'm like, who is this woman? Who is this woman that is not honoring her needs, that's not honoring her truth? And so that'd be my last invitation for you right now is take a look in the mirror and see yourself for who you truly are, because you're magnificent, you're worthy, and you are able to receive love in your life. And we're going to take a little break here and would love to invite you to stay tuned with us. Call in if you're feeling that nudge at 888-994-4995 at AMP Media Productions.
AMP Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty rich and pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Wings, we also sell them. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the give me the mozzarella.
Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more.
Call 800-920-3819.
Frank A. Ruffolo, a renowned author and screenwriter known for his books such as 10048, Blue Falcon, Memoir of a Soldier, and his latest, Samuel of Sarah. Check out his website, frankaruffolo.com, for more info or purchase his books on Amazon.
AMP Media Futures Foundation is a non-for-profit organization dedicated to providing college students with immersive opportunities in media production, marketing, business skills, and communication.
Interns will learn professional workflow skills in editing, video and radio broadcasting, public relations, digital media, graphic curriculum, and access to equipment to make a positive impact.
AMP Media Productions is a full-service production house with a variety of shows ranging from the Brooklyn Cafe show.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a very busy Wednesday.
Sarah Spiritual.
Right here on the Oldies station, you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
Call me Zena.
Teach by example, and that's what I try to do all the time, to teach by example.
Artist Loft.
Using that term more. Yeah, Lofties, yeah.
And Gypsy Soul.
They love music. It's like their favorite thing to go to.
I teach like preschool up to 12th grade.
Yeah, nice.
You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at AMP Media Productions. Please like and subscribe to all of our shows.
I want to be in first class. Champagne, please.
Giant comfort.
Yeah, that's good. We offer opportunities to excel in the field of TV film production, social media management, video editing, set design, graphic design, sound engineering, journalism, and many more useful tools to help you land a career in the media business.
To volunteer or be a part of our team, or to make a donation of any size, please visit us at ampfutures.org. Help us to empower college students to create a positive impact with immersive hands-on experiences in media production. Help us amplify the future.
Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Get Sensual. So just wanted to kind of bring everything full circle and wrap up this conversation with you today. First, I want to thank you for tuning in and for being here with an open heart, with an open mind, and just remind you of what you're worthy of, right? I feel like if we were to take everything that we spoke about today and kind of wrap it in a nice bow, I feel like the core essence is trusting yourself, reminding yourself that you get to live a life of aliveness, of pleasure, of thrivership, I like to call it, and to honor the parts of your humanness, honor the parts of you that maybe aren't living the way that you want to live right now, and to not deny or suppress your emotions. So to let yourself feel and feel safe in feeling. And then, calling in what you want, calling in what you desire, and to know that you are so worthy and deserving to have what you want in life. And so if you are feeling this nudge to connect with me deeper, I would love to know you. I would love to know who you are and what you want out of life. And so the best way to connect with me is on Instagram. My handle is Hanna Dylan. So it's HANNA_Dylan, DYLAN_. And you can send me a direct message right there. And it's always me. I will answer you and support you in whatever it is that you are navigating right now. And I have some offerings coming out online and would love to serve you in your journey. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you to AMP Media Productions for having me, and I hope to see you next time.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you love what you are hearing, then I would love to hear from you. You can send me a message on Instagram or even reshare this episode on your stories and let me know what is resonating for you. The best way to support this podcast is to maybe send it to a friend that you feel like could really use it, and also subscribe and leave a review on Apple Podcast if you feel so called. Lastly, I have a free gift for you today, which is a sensual healing meditation to support you in reawakening to your pleasure and all of your yummy body's sensations. And you can get this in the show notes. I will see you next time on Let's Get Sensual. Thank you so much for listening.